Hello there. Now, today's topic is something unusual and a little magical. So, sit back, hush, grab a hot chocolate, and enjoy. We are diving into something that's taken the UK and Ireland by storm. A live show that's part beaters, part series, and all chaos. I am talking about Nursery Night, created by the one and only Charlotte, better known online as the Nursery Nurse. Charlotte has been one of the most creative content creators to emerge from TikTok, turning her wicked nursery sketches into a full-blown stage production. It is part drama, part comedy, part emotional rollercoaster. And it got fans screaming, crying and throwing up. Sometimes all at once. The series takes place across 8 major cities, and each stop is more than just live event. Every show is a new episode, part of a connected storyline that unfolds over 2 months. It is like a traveling sitcom, except the audience get to experience it live before anyone else. The tour began in Birmingham on October 3rd, 2025, and wraps its main run in Dublin on November 21st. But Charlotte just surprised everyone by announcing a special 9th and final episode back in London on November 28th. Every city has its own unique episode, each with a fitting title and twist that push the story forward. Birmingham kicked things off with I Know What You Did Last Week, Cardiff followed with the nursery games, Liverpool brought us 50 Days of Carly, then Glasgow, Clip Friday, turned everything upside down. Halloween night in London gave us The Nightmare Before Christmas, which my friend attended and swore was pure brilliance. Manchester followed with Bull Weddings and The Forest. Belfast's darkly funny The Devil's Wear a Fur Coat came next. And finally, Dublin ended the main tour with She Is Just Not That Into You. And just when fans thought it was all over, Charlotte dropped the bombshell, an extra London show, the finale. A week later, promising closure, chaos, and maybe even redemption. That is where I come in. I am reviewing the entire Nursery Night tour. Every single episode, every laugh, every gasp, every heartbreak. If you have been following the journey or if you have just stumbled upon it, this video will walk you through the whole story. Now, fair warning, this video will contain spoilers. If you haven't seen the show yet or you're waiting for the visual upload, maybe pause here, watch the video, and if you can, and come back later because I'm going all in. From Birmingham's mystery beginnings to Dublin's emotional goodbyes, I will be breaking down each performance, how the story evolved, and what it meant for Charlotte's world of the Nursery Nurse. Charlotte has always had this unique way of blending comedy and chaos with a very real sense of heart, and the Nursery Night is no exception. It's more than a show, it's a blend into friendship, loyalty, and the threads of everyday life, all wrapped in that cheeky, chaotic energy fans adore. The live bomber give it an edge too. You can feel the audience reacting, the laughter, the gas, the whisper when a familiar bass appears. Each city has its own flavor. No two nights feel exactly the same. And while most of us came for the laugh, many stayed for the story. The emotional beat, the subtle foreshadowing, and the character's arc that felt way deeper than you expected from a comedy show set in a nursery. If you're new to Charlotte's world, she started with a short sketch online, quick, relatable snapshot of nursery life, from chaotic co-workers to mysterious toddlers. But what makes her special is how she built a shared universe from it, filled with characters fans generally cares about. Now, she brought that universe to the stage, and Nursery Night is proof that her storytelling can thrive beyond the screens. It is creative, unpredictable, and at times, surprisingly, heartfelt. Fans have been calling this the most traumatic tour of 2025, and honestly, they're not wrong. Between the onstage risk, the offstage fan theories that the mialotte breaker that broke the internet, which I will explain later, this tour has been an emotional ride. So, whether you're a long-time fan of the Nursery Nurse or just curious what the hype is all about, stick around. We're gonna go on a tour through every laugh, every heartbreak, and every twist. And at the end, I'll give you my honest take. Did Nursery Night live up to the hype? Was it the perfect ending Charlotte promised? Or are there just some secret left buried in the nursery? Well, the hot chocolate, dim the lights, and let's get started. The tour kicks off in Birmingham with the episode, I Know What You Did Last Week. And honestly, it is the perfect way to start the whole series. Funny, chaotic, and a little bit darker than anyone expected. The setup is simple. The children have all gone home, and the nursery staff are supposed to be having a meeting. Margarine, as always, is trying to keep being looking professional, or at least pretending they are. She tells everyone to look busy, and right away, Eric decides that smashing a window might help him look productive. It is that kind of energy. Then Roger walked in, and oh boy, you'll instantly understand why everyone can't stand him. He is dismissive, condescending, and clearly doesn't care about the people who work for him. He even asked Charlotte if she is you, despite the fact she's been there for 11 years. 11! That sets the tone! His lack of awareness is next level. He congratulates Saoirse on the birth of her you baby boy, even though Quinn is a girl, and she was born a whole year ago. Then, he turned to Margarine and asked if she is pregnant yet. The man has no filter. By the time he is arguing with Autumn and snapping at Eric, the entire staff have voted to push him down the stairs. That's insane. We get a glimpse of Roger's strange relationship with Skylarban too. Their conversation in the staff room is cold and awkward. And a few minutes later, Skylarban finds Roger lying unconscious at the bottom of the stairs. He is alive, just a concussion. But the real question is, who pushed him? That is where Janice steps in. She gathered everyone in the staff room for improper investigation. It's like a mini murder mystery, except nobody died and everyone is too guilty looking to be innocent. Each person has a secret, and every alibi sounds just a bit too convenient. Winter admitted he had been stealing formula for his kids. Charlotte was supposedly with Saoirse and Quinn, except Saoirse remembered her leaving for a phone call. Mia and Otto were caught lying about a mobile that turned out to be something completely different. And Margarine, let's just say, nobody wanted to see her browser history. What the f***? Things spiral when Carly's front sheet is bound at the bottom of the stairs. Instant suspicion. But then Skylarban confesses. She says she threw a copy at Roger after a massive bite and assumed that would lead to his ball. For a second, everyone believes it, until Vivian pointed out that Roger's shirt was dry when he was bound, meaning that he changed clothes after the fight. The tension is broken, but not completely. The meeting ends, and that is when the truth starts creeping back in. It turns out Autumn wasn't showing pictures of them all. Mia was secretly showing off engagement rings, a fiery hint at the mialotte relationship that Ban would later obsess over. Then there's the final reveal. The real cause of Roger's ball. It wasn't an act of revenge or a heated argument. It was a toy. Quin's little mushroom toy, found at the bottom of the stairs. A silly accident wrapped up in a sea of suspicion. But the scene doesn't end on laughter. Janice picks up the toy, looks at it with a smirk, and the light fade. It is subtle, but chilling. A tiny hint that maybe she knows more than she letting on. It is a perfect first episode. Every character get a spotlight. The humor is sharp and the mystery leave you curious for what's next. It set up tones, tensions, and relationships that carry through the rest of the tour. Charlotte nails the live delivery too, switching between comedy and chaos effortlessly. The audience react to every snarky comment, every awkward silence, every reveal. Is that rare mix of funny and smart, like a sitcom collided with a stage whodunit. By the end, you're laughing, you're suspicious, and you're already picking up your favorite character to root for, or side-eye, and as the curtain closes, you know the tour has only just begun. Episode 2, The Nursery Games, brings the tour to Cardiff, and after the mystery and tension of Birmingham, this one lightens the mood with pure chaos and workplace humor. The episode opens with Marjorie in full motivational manager mode. she has organised an activity day to build up teen spirit. Something no one but Eric seems remotely excited about. Everyone else looked like they'd rather be anywhere else. Margarine, ever the optimist, had even hired a professional facilitator named Margaret to lead the day. To get things started, Margarine pulled names from a hat to form pairs. The lineup is immediately a disaster. Vivian with Eric, Junior with Charlotte, Autumn with Siobhan, Winter with Janice, Chef with Shorsha, and Margarine with Mia. You can frankly feel the collective groan ripple through the staff room. No one is happy. Roger strolled in mid-introduction to announce the big prize. 1 extra day of annual leave. It is such a Roger move. Everyone would tend to care, but it is clear this incentive isn't going to make anyone more enthusiastic. The first challenge is the classic crust bowl, and it goes downhill instantly. Eric somehow managed to fall forward instead of backwards, then congratulates himself. Janice barely tried to catch Winter. Charlotte accidentally pulled down Junior's trouser during her ball, earning big laughs from the crowd. Chef catches Shorsha easily, but when it's her turn to ball, Shorsha isn't ready and Chef hits the round hard. Mia simply walks away and lets Margarine crash, while Siobhan refuses to even take part. The next exercise is the egg and spoon race, and it's total chaos. Eric eats his egg before the race even begins. Autumn cheats by sticking her down with glue tack. Janice crushes her egg with her bare hand like some kind of fresh release exercise. Charlotte and Junior devote into an egg throwing war. Margarine drops hers dramatically after tossing it in the air, and Saoirse, realizing the egg is fresh, casually announced she might be pregnant again. Then drop it too. Then comes the free leg race, and predictably, nobody wants to participate. Winter declares that the only person he will ever tie himself to is his wife. Siobhan claimed teamwork isn't part of management. Charlotte refused because Junior is too annoying. Margarine confused herself into crossing her own leg and falling over. Eric insists he and Vivian can't compete because they only have 2 legs. Chef gets offended when Saoirse asks which leg is her good one, assuming she was being ageist. The final challenge, the line bowl test, just amplified the chaos. Winter refuses again, saying only his wife can blindfold him. Siobhan opts out. Charlotte and Junior start fighting. She ends up ragging him with the blindfold. Eric panicked that he won't hear instructions on the blindfolded and promptly ignored Vivian's guidance, wandering off entirely. Margarine tried to bit her blindfold over her blasters, then followed Mia's misleading instructions straight into a series of collisions that leave Mia howling with laughter. Meanwhile, Chef can't keep going forward, sends Saoirse off somewhere she really shouldn't be going. At the end, Margaret announced the tie between Vivian and Eric, and Margarine and Mia. The tiebreaker question is corporate trivia. How many staff does the night nursery employ? Margarine guesses 12. Vivian boldly says 219, and Vivian is right. Mia's fury could power a small city. Roger presents the fight with his signature smugness, an extra day of annual leave, but only after 20 years of service. Everyone's faces drop. The whole team building event had been for nothing. As the scene closes, Margaret realizes a light bulb is missing. Cut to Saoirse, still wearing hers, wandering aimlessly through the parking lot. It is a perfectly assorted ending that had the Cardiff audience in stitches. This episode nails the mock cooperate retreat vibe. It is a world of a workplace culture wrapped in plastic and personality clashes. Charlotte and her cast clearly had fun with this one. The timing, the chaos, and those small characters beat all keep the energy high. If episode 1 gave us mystery, episode 2 gives us mayhem. It shows how even a simple team building day can spiral into total disorder when you put these characters together. It also socially builds relationships. The friction between Charlotte and Junior, the dynamic between Mia and Margarine, and hints of what's to come for Saoirse. By the end, everyone's morale is somehow lower than when they started, which feels like the most realistic depiction of any workplace activity ever. Cardiff's nursery game is loud, silly, and endlessly quotable. A perfect second chapter in the Nursery Nights tour. Episode 3, 50 Days of Carly, is where the Liverpool show lean into storytelling and emotional pacing. Instead of the chaotic result of the first 2 episodes, this one now is focused. following Carly through busy day at her new job, the day nursery. It is heartfelt, awkward, and surprisingly romantic, showing a subtle side of the Nursery Nights universe. It all begins on day 1, with Carly first morning. She is nervous, a little unsure, clutching her meal deal lunch, chicken mayo sandwich, cravers, and Fanta, like a security blanket. Eric greets her outside, and instantly the audience feels the start of something wholesome. The chemistry is easy, unforced. By day 4, that warmth is tested. Carly has to work with Aspen, who turned out to be spectacularly unpleasant. After a rough shift, Eric notices she is upset. He tries to comfort her in his typically oddball way, comparing her aggression to his mom, staring out a window on a rainy day. But then she cheered up when he let her back inside. The crowd laugh, Carly laugh, and the mood softened. Eric's advice: don't expect anything from people, so you're pleasantly surprised when they're nice, becomes a private theme for the episode. Day 15 delivers a small heartbreak. Carly shyly asks Eric to the cinema, but he turned her down, saying he already has a date with Lydia. The disappointment on Carly's face is one of those subtle moments Charlotte's production do so well. Humor lacked with genuine sadness. By day 20, Carly's work press deepen. She can't get time off for her mom's birthday until Eric quietly offers her one of her own annual leave day. No grand gesture, just simple kindness, the kind that lingers. Day 27 brings back the chaos we expect. Margarine gave Carly a lift and nearly caused a car accident by driving the wrong way down the one-way street. Carly escaped, fragile, leaving her lunch behind. Eric later surprised her with a replacement, the same meal deal she had on her birthday. It is sweet, understated, and one of the most Eric things imaginable. By day 32, Carly's relationship with Aspen finally improved, because she has taken Eric's advice. She expects nothing and somehow ends up getting something close to civility. Day 37 is where the misunderstanding unraveled. Carly realized Eric's date with Lydia wasn't romantic at all. He meant a calendar day. She runs off before hearing the rest of his sentence, leaving him saying,
I'm not interested in dating Lydia.
It's slapstick sitcom miscommunication, but played with tensionless rather than cliche. When day 50 arrives, the audience gets paid off after payoff. Carly's work days end with a surprise visitor, Charlotte herself, back from her original nursery. The reunion between them is warm and emotional. Charlotte immediately teases her about her boyfriend Eric, which Carly denies. His isn't there, just friends. Charlotte doesn't buy it. She begins her little interrogation, asking if Eric checked on her for no reason. Cheer her up when she is sad. Show in her time of need. Notice the little things. As Carly reflects on each session, short flashbacks show every moment Eric was there for her. The meal deal, the kind words, the general humor. It is beautifully written and cleverly structured, turning small comic beat into fruit of genuine affection. Then Eric himself appeared, clarifying that he wasn't interested in dating Lydia. The relief on Carly's face is pure cinematic gold. She asked him to the cinema again, and this time he said yes, before rushing up to meet his nan. The audience love it. Charlotte revealed she flopped by because she suspected miscommunication, and boy, she was right. Carly are come full circle, from the nervous newcomer to someone who finally found both confidence and companionship. Just when you think it is over, the Nursery Night humor creeps back in. Delia pops in for a quick hello, instantly changing the energy. Carly teased Charlotte about still being salty over Delia, and Charlotte admits she is...
I am better now that I found out she's dating some brunette who drives a Mini Cooper.
Kill the frizz. That Mini Cooper belonged to Charles. The shock between them is priceless. And because no Nursery Nurse episode ends with a wild tag, Cook emerged with lipstick all over his face, followed by Chef, also lipstick seared. Casually asking Charlotte for a lift. The crowd erupts. Carly's last line,
I've got to wait for my, Eric.
lands softly. A shriek buzzing on the otherwise manic ended. 50 Days of Carly built like a quiet breath in the middle of the tour. A story about kindness, timing, and communication. It's full of heart but still full of love. An episode that made you root for everyone just a little bit more. Episode 4, Flip Friday, takes the tour to Glasgow. and it's one of the most imaginative and hilarious installments so far. A Halloween special that turns nostalgia, chaos, and emotional confession into something surprisingly moving. The story started innocently enough. Carly and Eric have to come to the night nursery to help with Halloween decorations. They greeted by Marjorie and Reese, while Saoirse and Charlotte are busy in cribbing up cobweb and bats in the background. Marjorie, ever the multitasker, excused herself to check on the kitchen, though Reese immediately suspects she's just gone to a sneak to the appetizer. He is right. Carly, yearly convinced after her last episode, announced that she is with Eric. Reese mocked her word in asking if Eric knows she is with Eric since, as he put it, the jabs triggered an argument that set the tone. This episode is equal parts comedy and absurdity. In the kitchen, Marjorie and Mom are coming interrupted by Autumn. When Autumn flatly said that she is the happiest she has ever been, Marjorie nearly choked on her drink. Half shocked, half delighted that Autumn is actually expressing emotions. The moment turned into one of those perfectly awkward nursery nurse conversations where earnestness meets total misunderstanding. Meanwhile, Saoirse and Charlotte have one of the most heartfelt exchanges of the night. Saoirse asks when Charlotte realized she was attracted to women, and Charlotte confided that she didn't know until she met Mia. The conversation dipped into that quiet what-if space. If she had met Mia earlier, would she have known sooner? Charlotte's whisper
Guess we'll never know.
lands softly, reminding everyone that even amidst comedy, this series carries real emotional weight. Across the room, Autumn and Winter are hanging decoration and reminiscing how they got together at Halloween 2 years ago. The story about her sneaking up watch him dance to wake up Shaker is adorably awkward. He thought she had a tummy issue. She should have a thrush. It's silly, sweet, and nostalgic in equal measures. Saoirse overheard the chatter about Carly and Eric's relationship and mutters,
Yeah, that's exactly what this nursery needed. One more couple.
it is a throwaway line, but it lands. The cast's romantic entanglement are piling up fast. And then, things slip. Literally. The Halloween decoration vanished, replaced with 1980s disco lights, glitter and neon bangers. The stars have all transformed into teenagers, complete with bad perm, glory clothes, and the kind of confidence only the 80s can acclaim. Reese reappeared in full disco getup, insisting he is 18 and failing to recognize Carly at all. The visual gang alone sent the crowd into laughter. The nursery turned into an 80s disco party, with everyone acting like high school version of themselves. Saoirse sent Carly to bed because she is 19, Mia brushing her off mid-conversation, and Winter danced alone, full body joy radiating from the stage. It is white, fast, and surreal, and total notable flip from the usual nursery chaos. But as Carly walked through the party, she started to notice the cracks. The exhilarated smile hides hurt. Autumn is crying alone in the office, humiliated after a prank that, in through, was Roger's doing. Winter admits he is lonely. Saoirse confesses she fakes happiness to protect her sister, and even Marjorie breaks down over her dad and new stepdad. The teenage dream aesthetic slowly dissolves into something more melancholy. A reminder that even our harmless memory can be tinged with pain. Carly and Eric finally pieced together what happened. Eric's diary had turned everyone into teenagers because he accidentally wrote down Carly's earlier wish.
I wish you could be a teenager for a day.
The magical realism quiz is classic Nursery Nurse, ridiculous yet oddly touching. Carly tells him to write a you wish to reverse it.
I wish everything could go back to the way things were.
After correcting his spelling, of course, the spell breaks. The disco light fade, the Halloween deco returns, and everyone is back to normal. If a little days. Carly apologizes to Reese for implying he had it easier as a team, and harmony is mostly restored. Then, in a final comedic sting, Saoirse finds the diary and can't resist writing her own wish.
Make everyone have an Irish accent.
Within seconds, Marjorie walks in, chirping.
Top of the morning to ya! How's it going?
Saoirse panics, crashes out the wish, and declares,
Absolutely not.
audience loses it. Clip Friday is a standout. Imaginative, funny, and layered, it blends supernatural austerity with emotional honesty, showing how even a nursery full of adults acting like children, the real world comes from empathy. Episode 5, The Nightmare Before Christmas, marked the London start of the Nursery Nights tour. And this one is for every mialotte fan, including my friend, who, of course, will be mentioned in the video. It is the emotional core of the tour, dramatic, stylish, and absolutely packed with tension. It begins with Charlotte and Mia rushing into Marjorie's office after she sent an urgent message about an emergency. Turns out, the crisis isn't life or death. Marjorie simply wants to help decide what to wear to the Halloween ball. But then, she admits there's more. She is worried about Reese. He has been spending an unusual amount of time with his mother Adeline, and is making her uneasy. Mia, with her usual sharp insight, warns that Adeline has a history of manipulation. She is possessive, controlling, and knows exactly how to twist the situation in her favor. Marjorie, visibly distressed, confides that she saw a message from Adeline on Reese's phone, something cryptic about telling everyone at the night Halloween ball. The implication, whatever Adeline is planning, is going to happen tonight. Charlotte stepped in with her signature level-headed calm. She reassured Marjorie that she and Mia would be there to back her up, no matter what. It is a small moment, but it quietly reinforced that deep, unspoken bond between Charlotte and Mia, the kind of connection that had been building over episodes. At the Halloween ball, the tension begins immediately. Marjorie arrives alone, since Reese is with his mother. Winter and Autumn greets her, but even they can tell something is off. Then, the moment fans have been waiting for. Mia and Charlotte make their grand entrance. Mia dressed as a fallen angel, the perfect visual metaphor for her. Marjorie made a sniff remark about the album being a choice, and Mia fires back without missing a beat.
As is yours. A choice I'd rather not make.
The room laughs, and Autumn rushes in to defend Marjorie, keeping the peace. Then Adeline and Reese arrive, and everything changes. Reese is cold, distant, almost robotic. Adeline dominates the room immediately. She casually mentioned inviting Sarah Ban, her husband's former finance, to the ball. Even though she knows Sarah Ban wouldn't dare show up, it is like Adeline, articulated, cruel, and elegant while doing it. Mia, ever the strategic, piece it together. She tells the group that Adeline probably invited Sarah Ban precisely because she knew she wouldn't come. A subtle way to prove her control over the situation. Autumn, ever the detective, suggests Sarah Ban still have a part to play. Adeline and Reese return, and Marjorie tried to approach him, only to be brushed off. Adeline takes a jab.
Has she always been this way? It must be so exhausting.
It is true, even for her. Marjorie reached breaking point, asks Mia for her friend to throw at Reese, and after hesitation,
I'm not wasting perfectly good champagne on that dweeb.
Mia handed over, joined by Charlotte and Autumn, each offering in their solidarity. It is the kind of solidarity moment the audience lived for. Then comes the big rebuild. Adeline takes the stage with a smug smile and announces her brand news. She is handing over ownership of the night nursery to Reese. The crowd gasps. Even Janet, who had been lurking with her friend and that signature smirk, looks intrigued. Reese accepts, then immediately takes control. His bird act as owner, naming Autumn co-owner. Adeline freezes. It is the first time we see her truly rattled. She tried to stop it, reminding Reese that he needs a majority board's approval. Herself, Roger, and Janice will vote against him. But Reese smiled, pointing out that she's booked on the one last board member, Sanoban. Cued the perfect dramatic timing. Sanoban walked in, calm and confident, declaring her vote for the nomination. It is a power move straight out of soap opera. The crowd in the theaters reportedly went wild. Reese faced his mom one last time, telling her he and Autumn deserve better. Adeline, icy and composed, delivered her parting shot.
Dream wedding next week. She's gone.
And then she's gone. It is one of the most chilling exits of the series. Once the dust settled, Reese apologized to Marjorie, explaining that his cold behavior was part of the plan. He couldn't risk her spending anything because, in his words,
God, you're such a gossip.
it is affectionate, exasperated, and funny all at once. Then, as a peace offering, he handed her a letter. Her official appointment to the board of directors. Marjorie Joy is pure and unfiltered. It is her big moment. In the final fire scene, Autumn asks Mia if she set a date, and Mia says yes, November 21st. She planned to propose to Charlotte in Dublin. It is the perfect emotional beat, hinting at love finally finding clarity. But just as being calm, we see Adeline again, on the phone, impersonating Sarah Ban, making changes to the Threading clans. The perfect, sinister cliffhanger. The Nightmare Before Christmas is everything a mid-tour high point should be. From dramatic, stylish, full of frizz, and emotionally loaded for the mialotte fans. It mixed tension, power play, and heartfelt moments without missing a beat. London delivers the firework and left the audience desperate for what would happen next. Episode 4, Wedding in the Forest, brings the Nursery Night tour to Manchester, and it's one of the sweetest and most cinematic installments, a mix of wedding day disaster, woodland magic, and heartfelt payoff. It opened with Margarine doing something distinctly simple, picking up Simon and Bittiam's wedding outfit from the fire cleaners. From the first line, you know this would be classic Margarine chaos. She greets the fire cleaner Jessica with her usual mislaid confidence, insisting they had met before because she had such a recognizable face. While Jessica checked the clothes, Margarine joked about the shop being a pressing place to work. Jessica over here and doesn't laugh. Then comes the frisk. The clothes have already been collected. Margarine is confused. Collecting them was her job this morning. When she arrived at Simon and Bittiam's house, Autumn and Mia are already in full panic mode. To make things worse, Margarine's outfit looks suspiciously like a wedding dress, which sent everyone's stress through the roof. Margarine admits the clothes are gone, and sheepishly explains her pressing joke, convinced it might have offended Jessica. Bittiam called the dry cleaners, and Jessica confirms the pickup, by so matching Adeline's description. Immediately, everyone suspects foul play. Stana, Ban, and Bittiam, refusing to be derailed, decided where the clothes were from his baptism. Bittiam delivers the perfect line.
Well, I don't care what you're wearing. I just want to marry you.
Margarine, trying to be optimistic, claimed bad luck happened in threes. So, with one gone, there's only 2 left. No one find out reassuring. Meanwhile, Autumn phone breathes with his home babysitting the friends with Winter. The chaos is spreading. Reese is overwhelmed, the babies are screaming, and Winter's help isn't helping. Autumn hangs up before he can beg for assistance. Then, the wedding cakes arrive, delivered by, for all people. Jessica, Margarine, battle. Is she the same Jessica from the fire cleaner?
No,
Said Jessica slackly.
no, I'm a baker.
The cake reveal is jaw-dropping, a black and white tear creating top with gravestone reading R.I.P. It's mostly funny, perfectly on brand for Adeline's frisk sense of humor. Still, Silent and Bittiam refuse to cancel. Silent Band Friday's day is not about anyone else, just her, Bittiam, and small little Jamie. Mia flies into the venue, determined to get them married. At the reception hall, Winter and we are slumped outside, exhausted. Inside, Charlotte warns that she has seen Adeline as sure sign of trouble. Seconds later, a fire alarm blares, sprinkler floors the hall, and everything is soaked. The floor manager, also named Jessica, announced the wedding must be rescheduled. The audience laughed. Free Jessica, free disaster. Bad luck really does come in free. Autumn says to Dave on an idea. They can move the ceremony to her and Reese's country house. It is spontaneous, heartfelt, and exactly what the moment needs. The group part into Mia's car, spirits lifted. Of course, the car breaks down in the middle of a forest. Everyone immediately blames Adeline except Margarine, who thinks Mia put in the wrong fuel. With no signal and nowhere to go, Simon, Van, and Bittiam decided to call it a day. Then something shifts. Bittiam look around and admit it is beautiful. The forest, the fire, the sunlight filtering through the trees. Sanoban agrees, wishing aloud that they could have been married there. Cue Margarine's biggest moment. She is sheepishly confessed that she had actually ordained. When they asked her to be up the front, she thought they meant to authenticate, so she got certified. The look on everyone's face is priceless. Bittiam and Sauhan's laugh, then realize it is perfect. Charlotte reappeared just in time. Jamie in tow, she happened to spot a car while on a snack run. The scene that followed is pure magic. Margarine, friendly in excitement, authenticating as the cover say,
I do.
surrounded by trees, birdsong, and sunlight. No big venues, no drama, just sincerity and love. The wedding ends with Sano Band and Bittiam dancing in the forest, the camera, or stage light, catching the lead limbering around them. One of the most visually stunning sequences of the tour. Cut to Winter and Reese still waiting outside the old venue, traded and forgotten. Winter sighs.
They've forgotten about something.
Reese replies, deadpan.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It is a perfect closure, great, cinematic, and chaotic enough to stay true to the Nursery Night. ball reddening and the forest feel like a reward for the fan who stuck through all the frisks. A celebration of love, resilience, and unity, Nursery Nurse, blend of heart and humility. Episode 7, The Devil Wear a Bird Coat, takes the Nursery Night tour to Belfast, and is one of the most character-driven, emotionally layered episodes yet, focusing on Marjorie and her insecurity and the return of someone who can reduce her to the nervous wreck just one look, her mother. It began innocently enough. Reese brings Marjorie her second cup of coffee, and she cheerfully greets him until he mentioned he wrote her favorite mug. Instantly, the mood shifts. Marjorie runs to the bin to say goodbye to her mug, convinced that fracking is a bad omen. You just know something is coming. At the nursery, she tries to gossip about the use of the weekend, and Chevin Jr. assumes she means Sanoban and Bidian's wedding. Of course, she's actually talking about her authenticating the ceremony. She proudly showed them her new business card, Marjorie the matrimonial marriage maker. Chef pointed out that the matrimonial means marriage, and Junior deadpans.
Marjorie the marriage maker?
The audience loved that line. Moments later, the supposed bad omen arrives. Marjorie lands at her phone and freezes.
The devil was just pulled up outside.
Enter Veronica, formerly known as Constance. Marjorie and Icy publicly threads mother in a bird coat. The temperature seems to be dropped as soon as she walks in. Veronica wastes no time cutting everyone down. She belittled Marjorie's appearance, questioned her compliments, and immediately criticized her for not keeping the house up to her standards. Even Reese, polite as ever, gets jailed when Veronica realizes that he is Reese Knight, Adeline and Roger's neglected son who had achieved nothing. Her disapproval filled every corner of the room. Dinner that night is a disaster. Veronica mocked Reese for cooking and helping his sister's children, calling him soft. Marjorie defends him, insisting there's nothing wrong with her husband who helped and even reminisces about her father being a loving, hand-on parent. Then Reese finally snapped back, pointing out that Veronica's husband sits in the open making other people work themselves to the point that he doesn't have to mess up his hair. The crowd actually applauded. Marjorie beamed with pride, but as soon as they escaped to the kitchen, Reese muttered that Veronica is making his mom look good, and when he learned that she's staying for a week, he packed his bag for a spa hotel. The next morning, Veronica continued her campaign of criticism. When Marjorie proudly mentioned her being promoted to the board of directors, her mother dismissed it, claiming she didn't earn the title because her husband appointed her. Then comes the real danger.
Because I hadn't seen you in years, and honestly I was hoping I'd come back this time and see a daughter that I could actually be proud of.
Marjorie's smile shattered. At the nursery later that day, Veronica turned her attention to Mia, complimenting her as a woman after my own heart. It's kind of a compliment that feels like a threat. When Marjorie entered, she wore a fur coat identical to her mother's. For a moment, Veronica praised her, saying she looked very nice. Marjorie lights up, she cooked, cleaned, and shopped all morning to earn approval, and Veronica gave her a rare, chilling, very good. Then, she added that Marjorie should send Reese off to work and focus on her home. And of course, have children. Marjorie frequently protests that she and Reese hadn't decided yet, but crumbled the moment her mother says, "I'm proud of you." Just when it seemed Veronica had completely reprogrammed her daughter, Autumn walked in. Veronica recognized her instantly and sneered that she is a disappointment. That one insult snapped Marjorie out of her trance. She teared off the fur coat and pearls, untied her hair, and defended her best friend. Autumn has never made me feel like a disappointment. You have. It is one of the most empowering moments of the entire tour. Marjorie declared that she's chosen her own family now, not the one she belittled her, but the one she's built for herself. She asked her mother to leave. Autumn thanked her, and we learned the quiz. Mia called Autumn there under both pretend of the Reese bone in a panic about Marjorie's behavior. Autumn was the only person who could bring her back. The Devil Wears a Bird Coat is a tour de force episode, funny, fitting, and full of characteristics. It is about breaking cycles, standing up to toxic family expectation, and reclaiming self-worth. The audience in Belfast reportedly gave a standing ovation when Marjorie delivered her final line. It is also one of the most human Nursery Night stories yet, proof that beneath all the chaos and comedy, Charlotte White and understand what it meant to grow, to fight for yourself, and to finally stop apologizing for who you are. Now, before we go to episode 8, I need to give a little warning, especially to my fellow mialotte fans out there. Take a deep breath, maybe grab a snack, because this next part, yeah, none of us are mentally prepared for it. You know that feeling when you think everything is finally born into play and then Charlotte just rips the emotional rug out from under you? That is where we're headed. It is intense, it is messy, and yes, it's gonna hurt. So if you're a mialotte fan, brace yourself, because what happened in Dublin will test everyone's heart. Elsa, she's not that into you, take the tour to Dublin, and let's be honest, this one broke the fandom, especially for the mialotte crowd. If you thought Belle Bob was emotional, Dublin hits harder. It opened quietly enough. Autumn arrived at the nursery, dropping off her children for their settling in sessions. Margarine proudly flashed her youth badge, Nursery Nights manager, and admit her original choice, vetoed by Greece, was best board manager. It is a classic Margarine moment, obviously proud and unintentionally funny. Then Mia stormed in, furious. It was supposed to be her day off, and Charlotte's too. But Margarine called Charlotte in for a free school retreat because she needed a full qualified staff member. Mia is seething. When Margarine promised Charlotte would get the date back, Mia snaps.
She won't get the 21st of November back.
That single line changed the whole tone. Autumn generally asks what the date means, and Mia explained last year on the 21st of November, she looked after Charlotte's sick daughter. When she told them,
I love you.
they replied,
We love you, Mia.
it was the first time she felt like a part of a family, not just mom's girlfriend. That was the day she decided she proposed this year. Autumn suggests she surprised Charlotte at the retreat at Lake Whisker. It's romantic, peaceful, the perfect setting. Mia smiles again for the first time all morning ahead of to get the ring. Reese appeared, wondering why she is in such a rush. When Autumn said Mia has an important appointment, Reese smirks. That's what Mia used to tell him when sneaking off to see her ex, Ashley. Autumn never heard of her, so Reese explained Ashley and Mia dated on and off for a year, and Ashley was heartbroken when it ended. He leaves behind an appetizer for Margarine in a green cozy before being trapped into office duty. Cut to Lake Whisker. Mia sat in her car, take a deep breath, and says,
Let's go get my woman.
in the distance, Charlotte is doing wake up shake up with the kids, the perfect, happy domestic image. Then, fate strikes. A blonde woman approaches. It is Ashley. She is there with her nursery group, also on retreat. The tension is instant. Ashley joked that Mia's girlfriend is cute. She's seen her on Instagram. Charlotte spotted Mia and lighted up, so full of brain but delighted. She is introduced to Ashley, who casually dropped bombs after bombs. She and Mimi date for a year on and off, and only broke up last year. Charlotte freezes. Mia stumbled over her words, insisting there's nothing serious, but the damage is done. Ashley keeps smiling, twisting the knife without even trying. She mentioned trip to the Lake District, Paris, and Italy, the same slave Mia took Charlotte. Every revelation chips away at Charlotte's trust. Then Ashley thought that Mia loved hiking and outdoor s'mores, two things Mia always told Charlotte she hated. When Charlotte is shivering, Mia offered her coat, but instantly pulled back. The ring is in the pocket. She blurred that she doesn't want a child to spill anything on it. Charlotte just stares, quietly stunned. The scene is painful. You can almost hear heart breaking in the audience. When Ashley finally leaves, Charlotte calm but distant.
There were so many things about you I didn't know.
She says softly, then she walks off to help Margarine pack. Charlotte sits on the bench with Margarine, trying to make sense of it all. She confided that she feels Mia has been trying to recreate what she had with Ashley, as if she's living a rerun of someone else's love story. Margarine advised her to talk it out. The problem? The emergency phone is dead, so Margarine had to use the walkie-talkie. Back at the nursery, Reese picks up, but the signal is terrible. All he catches is static and fragment of Margarine's voice. Mia arrives just in time to overhear that Charlotte wants to talk. She grabs the walkie-talkie and says,
I don't want my ex.
but the connection drops, distorting her words. All Charlotte hears is,
I want my ex.
that is it. Charlotte freezes, then replies flatly,
I don't want her.
Then Mia, you should just go and be with your ex then. We're over.
her voice is cold, final. Mia dropped the walkie, opened the ring box, stared at it for a long moment, and closed again. No music, no joke, just silent. When the house light came up in Dublin, fans were stunned. The audience reaction online was explosive, outrage, heartbreak, disbelief. Some fans threatened to ban them entirely, others held out hope that Charlotte misunderstood, but for everyone who followed mialotte since the beginning, this was devastating. And that's where the tour leaves us hanging. Working hard on anti-depression and one final stop left in London. Can they fix it? Will Charlotte forgive her? No one knows. Only love eventually will tell. Ha! You thought it was over. Bonus episode time! London give us love eventually, and this finale is everything the fan could have hoped for. Emotional, funny, self-aware, and finally, healing. It is the perfect full circle ending for Nursery Night and the mialotte arc. Charlotte been off the grid, hiding away in the cabin that was meant for her and Mia. She can't face work or her feelings. Marjorie finds her briefly, and it is clear Charlotte's heart is still cracked open. Meanwhile, Mia's been trashing at Autumn's place, looping through guilt and overthinking. None of them knows the others been unreachable. Charlotte left her charger, Mia been trying to call non-stop. The misunderstanding from Dublin still hangs over everything. When Marjorie, Autumn and Mia finally pieced together what went wrong, that classic Nursery Nurse chaos energy hit again. The garbled walkie-talkie message, it wasn't I want my ex, it was I don't want my ex. A single missing word caused all of the Dublin's heartbreak. The three of them realized in perfect unison.
Oh my Christ!
Killed the road trip sequence, Mia convinced Marjorie to fly her to find Charlotte. It is hilarious and unexpectedly sweet car ride where the two of them actually bond. They trade insults, awkward silence, and then real honesty. When Mia points out that her teasing means affection, Marjorie's stunned.
Are you saying in some weird roundabout way that you like me?
It is one of the funniest, most heartwarming scenes of the episode. Marjorie finally admitting she doesn't hate Mia, and Mia admitting she never did either. Meanwhile, Charlotte is in a bar, looking wrecked. A barber named Sarah plugged in her phone to charge, setting off the chain reaction. Mia panicked when she realized Charlotte's phone had been switched back on. Terrified, she will see the shrunk text she sent earlier in the week. Of course, Charlotte does, and bolts out of the bar in tears. Then comes the confrontation we have been waiting for. Mia rushes in, convinced she lost her forever, only for Charlotte to appear behind her and finally says,
I read the text.
The tension melted when Charlotte explained that Mia didn't write something cruel, she called her a walkie-talkie. It is absurd, tender, and pure Nursery Nurse humor. That single joke turned heartbreak into laughter and reconnect them instantly. They cleared everything, the Switzerland trip, the hiking lies, the misunderstandings, and then comes the moment, the proposal scenes. Mia tries to propose, but realizes she lost the ring. She is devastated, but Charlotte smiles, reaches into her pocket and pulls out her own ring. She had it for a year, waiting for the right time.
The date is perfect.
She says,
The 28th? To infinity?
Then she proposed. Mia breaks down saying yes, yes, yes through tears. The audience sob, the fandom combust, and just when you think it can't get any more emotional, Marjorie bursts into ask to use the toilet. Of course, she got Mia's original ring in her pocket, thanks to Autumn. Cue double proposal energy. Mia slides the ring onto Charlotte's finger and says,
To infinity.
and Charlotte echoes it back.
To infinity?
It is the perfect closing loop. Every miscommunication, every heartbreak, every tease from the earliest episode finally resulting into this moment of understanding and love. Marjorie trying, Mia and Charlotte are blowing, and the audience know Nursery Night didn't just stick the landing, it soared it to infinity indeed. So, has Nursery Night lived up to the hype and expectations? Well, yes, absolutely. What Charlotte has created is nothing short of a modern TikTok era phenomenon. From a GCSE English language point of view, you could say she used content brilliantly. Each episode balances comedy, trauma, and real-life issue, shaping audience emotion through tone and structure. Every line of dialogue has purpose, exposition in disguise, delivered in natural humor. The character development is spot on. Every member of Essential grows, but the emotional core, Charlotte and Mia embody the most. Their story doesn't just explore love, it captures the miscommunication, the fear, and the reconciliation that comes with it. And yes, the inclusion of LGBTQ+ element gives the show heart and modern relevance. For many fans, it is the first time they have seen a same-gender love story told through the lens of a British workplace comedy. That is mental in the best possible way. It is bold, it is refreshing, and it showed that representation can thrive even within the chaotic humour of nursery life. If I had to point out a flaw, it is a small technical one: the background imagery. Some scenes clearly use AI-generated or green screen stock visual instead of real nursery or stage photos. It is understandable for low-budget productions, but it does slightly break immersions. Still, given Charlotte's creativity and resourcefulness, that's a minor setback in an otherwise heartfelt project. Charlotte herself continued to prove why she is one of the greatest content creators on TikTok, now pushing towards a million subscribers on YouTube. Her concept is simple but powerful, small-scale storytelling with a huge emotional reach. And when it comes to standout episodes, for me, it is Love Eventually. Not just because it is a two-part payoff to the mialotte breakup, but because it's left the audience losing their minds. That final kiss in a London show, easily the endgame final battle of the Nursery Nurse universe, complete with screaming bands and emotional chaos. A close second is Clip Friday, with its throwback to the 70s, 80s aesthetic. I would love to see Charlotte dive even deeper into that retro energy. Imagine fusion knobs to Back to the Future, The Westwood Club, Whiskey Business, 16 Candles, Electric Dreams, or Flashdance. It is a vibe that fits her perfectly. And just to enjoy my own crossover imagination, in my headcanon, Mia is Rainbow Dash and Charlotte is Twilight Sparkle. So in another universe, mialotte equals Cry Dash, a perfect couple across fanbase in a good way. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of Nursery Night. What a journey it's been from Birmingham to Dublin, every laugh, every heartbreak, every chaotic margarine moments, and finally, the London finale that gave us everything we have hoped for. When I look back on it, I can confidently say Nursery Night had truly lived up to the hype. It's not just a comedy, it's not just a love story, it is a reminder that storytelling on the internet still has soul, and that it can bring people together in a way we never expected. Now, before I wrap things up, I wanted to say this: keep supporting content creators, because without support, without that audience energy, those comments, the shares, the little like that keep videos alive, all of this wouldn't exist. If we stop showing up, if we stop caring, then we might as well pack it up and call it a day. So keep showing love, keep saying hello, whether you've been here since day one or you just discovered Charlotte and the Nursery Nurse today, you're a part of something special. And if you meet a veteran fan, someone been watching since 2023 or 2024, be friends with them, learn from them. They've seen it grow, they watched the characters involved, they know the inside joke and all the theory that turned out to be spot on. To everyone who've been to Charlotte's show, you weren't just there to watch it, you were there to experience it. Those moments, the laughter, the emotions, the atmosphere, those are memories that stick forever. Because when you're part of something like this, you don't just witness a story, you live it. Without Nursery Night, none of this would exist. And without her, without Charlotte, it wouldn't mean nearly as much. As a content creator myself, I can say with pride that I support her and her work. And you can too. Support the creators who make you laugh, cry, and think. Welcome to newer fans. Tell them what the Nursery Nurse is all about. Keep the spirit going. And to the veterans, my friends, the one who've been there through every theory, every twist, every oh my Christ moments, you know exactly what I mean. So here's to Charlotte, the heart behind it all. Thank you for giving us a story that made us feel everything. And to all of you watching, thank you for sticking around, for caring, for being part of this community. Take care of yourself, keep believing in good stories, good people, and the joy of shared fandoms. I'll see you next time.